Now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right. Okay. So you can see my screen now. Okay. So we originally started off on the hospitality side with TallOrder, where we worked with the Fruit and List Wine Farm, and they gave us feedback in terms of the products, what is required, what is good features to have, etc. And we worked very closely with them to start building TallOrder. After that, we actually moved on to work with fast food service, where we learned quite a lot of lessons as well in terms of our speed of our point of sale and being able to manage a lot of transactions. We then moved over to retail, and we looked at all the retail functionality. So in hospitality, there's quite a lot of complex things that you need to address, multiple printers, a lot of detail that you have to go in. Where on the retail side, it's more on the barcode scanning, those kind of things. On the retail side, we're still building out some of our features, which we are growing as we go along. We're looking at integration to WooCommerce that we're finalizing. We'll look at Shopify, etc. In terms of payment methods that we offer, we are payment agnostic, so our point of sale integrates with whatever payment method you require. We currently do SnapScan, Zapper, Yoko, ZipZap, SureSwipe, the Pebble. So yes, we can do EFT, credit cards. It just depends on what you require. We can do that. So then on the accounting side, obviously, like I said, we integrate with Sage accounting. We started off with line level integration. And I'll talk a bit later about how Sage integration works from an accounting perspective so that you can also understand what we actually do in terms of the posting to Sage. We have now added daily summary linked integration, where a lot of people actually said they don't need all the detail of each invoice to be posted to Sage, but they can focus on only having a daily update of what they have actually sold in the system. All right, so as you see, our point of sale is a cloud-based solution, but it also has offline capability. And the reason for that is obviously where we are situated in Africa, we don't have the internet online also. And then also if you've got problems with electricity going down, if you've got a UPS, you can still keep on running on your point of sale. The offline capability is a very small functionality service that we run on your hardware, and that allows for, if the internet goes down, that you can still transact and you can still print, because printing is usually the most difficult part to keep going when the internet goes down if you're a cloud-based solution. So we spend quite a lot of time focusing on specifically that. In terms of the operating systems that we work on, we've started off with Windows, we've done Android, and we're finalizing our iOS version. In terms of hospitality, I always say that the Windows version for me is much stabler than the other systems. And the biggest reason for that is because of the printing. Windows is very equipped to run multiple printers, to print to a kitchen, to a bar, to print at the point of sale itself. So I would always say if you've got a big restaurant that you're going to roll out with, then focus on the Windows version. Android is very, very useful if you've got like a market event where you're running and you only need a point of sale with one printer at the same place, or even if you've got a small cafe, it really works well. We also have the option of a master-slave situation, where if you've got one master that runs on Windows machine, then you can add other slaves like Android or iOS machines to that setup, and you can actually work a table-side service or mobile service. We also run on small handhelds now, which we've spent quite a lot of work to actually get our point of sale to be very mobile, and a smaller version, like small screen size. And that you can also use if you've got a small place that you're just rolling out, you can use that specifically for that environment. It's usually got a a built-in printer, so you can print from there. It's got a built-in scanner, and then if you work with Thumbs Up with the blade, then it's got the Pebble included as well for payments. Then we've got some other, we work very closely with Ticket Pro, where they are rolling us out to the stadiums, and they work with one of our other partners that actually do NFC payments. So it's the same as you get a card or a band at a festival, and you can actually go and pay with that. So you put money on and you can pay. So we've got a partner that do that as well. Okay. So if you look at the screen at the moment, you will see this is the point of sale screen where you would transact your transactions. So this screen is fully customizable. You can add as much detail as you want or as little detail as you want. So you can go granular, or if you've got a very simple menu, you can stay very simple. What I'm saying is, in terms of granular, is you can go into having steaks with different options of saying medium rare. You know, all of those things you can set up at the back end from the start to make the POS much quicker. You will see on the one side, you can also see you can add departments where you can quickly access. Then on the bottom side, you can see you can add tags. We've got a vegan tag, but you can add as many tags as you require to do a transaction very quickly. Okay, so then in terms of, let me do a quick transaction for you. So I'm going to order a breakfast, hash browns. I'm going to do chips. I want a large chips. I add an item. I'm going to do a full breakfast. Here you can see I've added some bread types, which you can say you have to select some or you don't have to select any. But you can make that compulsory to make sure that the order is correct to the kitchen. Then you can add some extras, which you can also add to the system, and that makes it just easier to actually place your order. You add your item. On this side, you will see you can place your order. Placing your order will then print your items to the correct printer in the kitchen or the bar, depending on where it needs to go. So I'm going to place the order. I don't have a printer set up, so they might pop up a printer error. So I've placed my order. Then when I'm done, I can just do a quick checkout. I can do either quick cash out. That is if somebody gives you the correct amount of 182 Rand, you can do a quick checkout. I'm going to do a checkout, and here you can see the different payment methods that we have. We also are integrated with PMS systems to the likes of Room Raccoon and Muse systems, and those are the hotel booking systems where we actually can post the amounts to a room to add to the bill there. Okay, and both of those systems are cloud-based solutions. Okay, so here you can, at the top here, you can also have your setup where you can say, if somebody adds 10%, say add 10%, 20%, you can have those set up, or you can have specific amounts if you know what kind of bills people usually pay with, 200 Rand, 500 Rand, etc., etc. So that can also be customized. I'm just going to say cash, and I'm going to pay with 200 Rand. And I'm going to complete my checkout. Okay, and it has been done. I didn't have a printer set up, so I didn't print any pro formas. So yeah, so I think the things that we can also do in terms of the hospitality side is we do split bills. We do the ability for you to actually move items from one table to another table, or move a table from one waiter to another waiter. We've got loyalty integrated where you can say if somebody buys a certain amount, they get certain points or certain money available to pay with. We've got promotions, so if you've got a happy hour or something like that, you can actually set that up at the back. We also integrate with MailChimp, so if you've got certain customers which you set up, they don't have to be customers that pay on account, but just customers, you can add them. And then you can actually notify them if they've asked to be told about certain products to be get more information. So vegan meals that go out, things like that. Then obviously here you will see you can switch your users if you've got more than one user running on the point of sale. On the retail side, you will see that you can actually change your settings to different views. So we at the moment button view. You can also have a list view where you can see the products like this. And then in a retail environment, you would also have the option to choose retail here, and it will display nothing on the front screen, and you will only do barcode scanning. So we are integrated where you can also print your barcodes from the system, and then obviously you can just scan items with your scanner and move forward. Okay, so we also do a full inventory on our side. So what you can do on the inventory side is that you can actually do purchase orders from our point of sale. You can do transfer stock if you've got more than one location. You can do stock takes. You can produce items, receive transfers, receive purchase orders, barcode printing. Your countdown is if you've got only 50 burgers that you're making on a day, you can add that countdown, and then your waiters can know we're at a point where we can't sell any burgers anymore because there aren't any more left. And then obviously your reports. So on the purchase order side, you will add your suppliers on our back end where you will be ordering from. So if you've got quite a few different suppliers, you can add them. Then you can add your products that is connected to that specific supplier where you want to order from. So if you choose tomato, I'm choosing Fab Foods, it's in kilograms, and let me just see what's going on here. Maybe try something else. Might not be set up. Let me just quickly see here. Fab Foods, and sorry. Add an item. Here you will see, you can see either choose select other items at the same reorder level. So on the back end, you will be able to set up your reorder levels. So it will be in the normal green, yellow, and red. So you will know which items are very urgently needing to buy. On the inventory, you will also be able to set up that you can go into negative if you're allowed, or you can say you can't go into negative, so you won't be able to sell any items that are not in stock. There you can add any notes if you need to know, or you can continue and then you can issue your purchase order or preview.
The sound is breaking up apparently.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Can TJ?
Yes, Anna?
Can you guys not hear me properly?
I can hear you.
Some people in the chat have said that the sound has broken up our side.
Okay, but I can hear you. I think it's just a connection thing.
Okay, all right. Okay, so then what you can do is you can issue your purchase order. Okay, you can email it to somebody, and you can issue your order. So that will be sending your order through to your supplier. Okay. Let me just see. I've set up the emails correctly. Okay, I'm just going to see if I can close this down. Okay, all right, there it goes. All right. And yeah, I didn't have a printer set up, so I didn't print to anything. And then you can as soon as you've received your orders, you can accept them and invoice accordingly, etc. Okay. You can do, obviously, like I said, you can do your stock takes, everything. I'm not going to go into all the detail of that, but you can do normal set stock takes, or you can do on-the-fly stock takes, or specific items that you want to stock take to make sure that everything's going well in your establishment. So yeah, that is around the front end. Later when we have the Q&A, you guys can ask me whatever you want to ask more around that. Okay, so I'm just going to go, this is our backend system for that specific tenant, which you can see. You will obviously, as a partner, you sign up as a partner and you are bringing people to TallOrder, you will be able to have access to all your tenants under this specific setting. I'm obviously an administrator, so I have access to everybody's tenants at the moment, or merchants if you want to call that. So here you will see your reports. Quite a lot of extensive reports that we have here, which you can see. I've done some sales today. It immediately reflects here. You can draw reports for specific periods. You know, you can compare from this month to last month, or this month this year to last month this year. So there's quite a lot of things that you can do. You can see your item sales, you can see your top products, your bottom products as well. Obviously mine is the same because I'm really not doing very well in my bistro. And then on the inventory side, you will also get reports around things that you've done there, what the cost is, the quantity in hand, in-stock values, everything around that. Payments, you will be able to see what payments you've actually made and or received. So at the moment, we just did some cash today. But if you've had SnapScan, Zapper, a credit card, everything, you will be able to draw reports here. You can do your staff cash ups. If you've done staff cash ups here, you will receive everything around that as well. Yeah, okay. We do have a function of petty cash if you are going to allow people to actually pay from the till. So say somebody comes and deliver bread or something around that, then you can actually pay the supplier from the petty cash as well. Or if you're going to do salaries or anything from that, you can also do that, and you'll find everything around that. On the product side, you will see your active menu, which is what we currently have here. As soon as you do an import of products, they will all come on this side, and you will be able to just drag and drop them in where you require them. As soon as you've done any changes, we will save it on the back end, but we will not necessarily update your front end immediately. So you can work on more than one menu. Say a lot of restaurants have a spring menu or winter menu, so they will work on more, and then they will only make that menu active once they're ready. They will publish on this side, and then you will just update your menu and settings on the point of sale side. Okay, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but it's very, very simple to use. We use Excel sheets, the same for the retail side. You will just import that Excel sheet with your product names, your sales prices, your cost prices, your barcodes, and it will be in the system. In terms of the Sage side, I always say for us, it's very important to know if you've already got products in Sage. If you've got products in Sage, we always prefer to say, let's rather start from Sage side. So let's make sure Sage is correct in terms of items, and then we would sync all those items through to TallOrder and then create your menu or your brochure from that. The reason why that is because of the integration. If there's a typo or something different, so if we add products on TallOrder and you've got products on Sage, and there's somewhere where the name are a little bit different, we will actually create another product on Sage, which you don't want to have. So I always say, if you've got products in Sage already, let's rather sync from that side, and then you can add on TallOrder, and then TallOrder will sync back to Sage. So then you're sure that we've got only the same items on Sage as we've got on TallOrder. I think that is a very, very important thing that you guys just need to note in terms of the integration. Okay, then obviously, like I said, we've got promotions, we've got customers, so you can set up data on our side. But with the Sage integration, we are integrated with Sage, so we will pick up your customers on the Sage side as well, and we will post to those customer accounts. On the staff side, that's where you will set up your staff that use the system. You can do staff management from our system as well, if you prefer. So logging in, logging out, checking hours, all of those things. The devices would be just the devices. As soon as you set up, we will name them and take note of them. We also do team viewer on the system when we set you up, and that makes it very easy for us to give you support or to help your customers with any support if required. Okay, so if I go to the finance side and the accounting integration, we've got different accounting integrations, like I said, so let's have a look at the Sage integration. I'm going to try and set this up. Sorry, let me just quickly get the details of our other account. Let me just see if I've got it here. Okay, so what you will do the first time that you link your Sage account is you will set up your username and password here. We obviously can help you with that, and then we will retrieve the data from your system. Okay, so now we are linked to that, but we still need to set up the integration in detail. Okay, so here, like I said, I explained to you, we do daily summary or we do detailed. Okay, the detailed integration with Sage, we will send each invoice through to your system, the Sage side. Okay, so if Anna buys a Coke and a Fanta and a breakfast, we will send all of those details through to Sage in an invoice. So we will mimic exactly what we have on our side to Sage. If you say daily summary, we will just draw a report of everything that was sold, and we will send those items through to your system to add to your sales data and your item data. Obviously, if somebody bought on credit, then that will go to that debtors account. Okay, so you will start off with adding a cash customer. What I usually call that a tall order cash customer. Just to make sure that you understand that that is just for your reconciliation purposes, so that you can track whatever you do. You'll have your tax types, which will be your standard rate or zero rate if you are not a VAT registered company, but that will always mimic what you've got on the system as well, where you've added your tax types. Reference fields is mimicked towards the same stuff that you've got in Sage, so you can set that up or you don't have to. You can say if you're going to use petty cash in our system, we will post to a petty cash account in Sage as well. What we do is we set that up as well as a tall order petty cash account, because it just becomes a control account. So we won't post to any real bank accounts to make sure that you still need to be able to reconcile everything. Okay. If you've got gratuity, we will also post that to a gratuity account so that you can reconcile that. And then if you use inventory through Sage, you can also get that connected with us. Okay. Then if you've got loyalty, obviously you provide for that, because obviously some people accrue that, and you are actually due to that they can use that as a so if I've got 10 Rand, you need to provide for that on the Sage side. That is something that you might be paying out to somebody or using. Then you'll okay, so that is part of the loyalty in the sales account. Then on the different payment methods that you would set up at the back end will each need a control account. So what we do is we will post to your sales accounts, and then we will post the payment received according to our point of sale to the control accounts that we set up in Sage. So for a payment type like cash, we would set up tall order control account cash. For Paybay, we would say tall order control account Paybay. The same for SnapScan. So what you will see then is the money going in, but you will still need to reconcile if you've done a bank deposit, whether that cash has actually gone into the bank account, and then reconcile with a transfer in your bank accounts to cash or Paybay or SnapScan. So just be aware that we do not post to the real bank accounts at all, because otherwise that would be a real mess. Okay. So if you've done everything and you created your account, you will see a button coming up where you can actually say that you can sync your Sage. You can sync your customers, you can sync your suppliers, because we post the purchase orders and the invoices to the suppliers. And we also do the journal entries from cost of sales to inventory, and then from inventory back to cost of sales, to make sure that that all works out properly on your accounting side. Okay, so I think that is a lot to take in. Let me see what, okay, so before we come to the Q&A, we've got a partner program. What we want to offer everybody on the Sales Sage community, where you can join us. You can either become a full partner, where you own your customers and you manage them and you do the integration and you do the setup, and you can do the menu customization, so you can charge for that. We just train you to do everything. So you can train your customers, you can do everything around that. And then if you join that partner program, we do give you different rates as you bring on customers, and we start off with a 25% commission back to you on the monthly fees. Obviously, you can unsell your own hardware. We will give you guidance as to what you require, and you can make your own prices around that. We don't get involved in that, but we can help as much as you would like us to help. So if you want us to do the hardware, we can do the hardware for you. If you want us to help with anything else, we can be involved as much as you require. Then the other option that we've added to our program recently is a referral program. We see a lot of the accountants or bookkeepers do not want to be involved in the whole process of setting up the point of sale or managing that. So we give you a referral fee if you refer somebody to us, and we close that deal for you. So those are the two options that we've got available for our partners. All right, so I think maybe we can have some questions from you, and then I can address those specifically. Okay. All right, okay, so I'm just having a look here. The one question from Willem Steenkamp: how would it work in a large spa setup? Is selling food, accommodation, spa, drink, conference, etc.? Okay. Okay, so we've, like I said, we integrated with the booking systems like Room Raccoon and Muse systems. So what they will do is, if you book your accommodation, they will keep the booking. Then if we integrate with the TallOrder, then we will do all the menu side, everything on the spa, the conference packages, everything on our system. And as somebody actually uses that, then we will post it straight through to Muse or Room Raccoon to the room accounts. And then there will be one bill for the customer. Okay, so at the moment we are integrated with Sage Accounting, but we're not integrated with QuickBooks at the moment. We are looking at that for future. Okay, I think you addressed that. Okay, so our setup is that we do our supplier invoices on TallOrder itself. Okay. Okay, so the question is, if you have a function and there are various customers running a bar tab, will TallOrder keep an account for each customer and post that into Sage as a separate customer account? Yes, if you need to do it that way, you can do it that way. We will you can set up your customers on TallOrder itself, and we will post to that and then post to Sage. Or if you've got Sage and you've got an internet connection, we will actually draw the data from Sage and we will post straight to that customer account. If you've got a tab where, like, a bride or groom has set up a certain limit, you can also work with only one customer account if that's a requirement. Okay. Does it have a time and attendance function? Yes, we've got that set up as well. So you can use that for your staff attendance to clock in and out. We've got fingerprint integration if you would like to use that for that specific service as well. Okay, that's the same one.
Yeah.
Okay. Can one integrate to Pastel? Sage. Okay. What I said is we integrate with Sage Accounting, the cloud version, and then for Pastel Partner we do CSV. Those are the two ones for on the Sage side that we do the integration for. Okay. Can you tell us about your support? Clients often complain about this. Is support okay? So our support is 24/7 with phone and then online. And obviously, when we need to go out, we will actually, if it's an issue from a customer side, there will be a fee involved. But otherwise, we're 24/7. Yes, we've got customers like Liquid Chefs running on our system, which does the raves. And they are up till 5 o'clock. So yeah, we've got a support team that works around that. We also, like I said, we add Team Viewer, and that allows us to go into your system remotely and help very easily. Okay. Okay. Can we extract? I'm not 100% sure whether you can extract information from Pilot. It all depends on what they allow. If they allow, and we can get it in a certain format, we can just adjust it to be able to import into our system. Okay. Okay, so the cost of the system, we've got different options. Let me go online and then I can show you. But we've got different pricing depending on your requirements. Okay, so we've got a light package, which is if you've got a very small environment, you will pay 250 Rand per month per license. And you can have 2 point of sales running on that specific license, not that license, but you can have 2 times 250 if you run on the light version. It's got integrations and everything. It's just for 250 menus or less. Then on the standard package, which is the one that we sell mostly, you've got everything running, and it's 500 Rand for the first 4 licenses, and as soon as you use more, then it becomes 250. Our professional license is for guys that have multiple locations. That will be 750 for the first 4, and then after that, it will be 250 Rand per license if you've got more. And yeah, then what we also have here is we've got events licenses for people that just run events, and they can actually just pay for that 24 hours, 48 hours, or 72 hours for that. And then, like I said, if you have specific requirements in terms of training, you can we will bill accordingly to the hours that we spend, and we charge at the moment 600 Rand per hour. Then we've got a to-go online ordering application that fully integrates with our point of sale, which we charge 500 Rand for. So that is like a Uber Eats or an Order In, but it's fully integrated with the point of sale. So you can immediately have an online presence for your business. It's a very cool feature to add to your products. We also have a Slip app option, which we call it Slip app. That is for if you do not want to have a printer, but you want to have a device where you actually show your orders and yeah, in the kitchen or at the bar, etc. Okay. All right. Is TallOrder hosted on your servers? Okay, so we run on AWS, cloud-based, but then we do have a local service that run on the point of sale itself, and that is only required for when the internet goes down. So we then send all the data there, and then as soon as the internet goes up, we actually sync the data back to the cloud. I mentioned Liquid Chefs. They actually run fully offline when they do an event. We log them in at a separate location. They take all the devices to the event. They run offline. And as soon as they're back in office, they actually sync all the data to the cloud. So that's. This is the last question. Is it possible to set up a demo for clients? Yes, we can assist you with that. Because our system is not difficult, but there's a lot you can do around the system and setups, etc. We at the moment will create a tenant or trial for you, and you can play around with it. For our partners, we also do assist you to get set up with a retail and hospitality tenant, so that you've got that available for you if you do demos and to play around and show people what the system can do. All right, are there any other questions, or have I covered everything? DJ?
And I think you've covered everything from my side. I don't see any other questions. But what we can do is that if there are any other questions, the accountants can actually get in touch with you. We will give them your contacts. We will give you their contacts for you to contact them after the session. And we will make this recording available to everyone who attended and those who couldn't attend as well. So yeah, if there are any additional questions, they will be asked offline, I suppose.
All right, and just one last thing is, as soon as you sign up as a partner, we also have a marketplace on our TallOrder website and CloudOne website. We will actually feature you. We ask you to give us a short description of who you are, what kind of services you offer, and then we add that to your marketplace. We also work on social media quite often, where we actually promote our partners and the services that they offer to try and work very closely with them. So if we get a request for a certain job, we can actually let you guys know that there's somebody that requires your assistance as well. Yeah, and then on the hardware side, sorry, TJ, I know you asked about that. Like I said, it's Windows, Android, or iOS. We've got specific requirements around just the strength of the machines. Because it's a cloud-based solution, you can't have a very, very old pilot machine necessarily working with our software. But that is all available. So if you just would like to ask around it, you can just ask us and we can send the detail through. Like I said, we're not in the hardware game, so we on-sell the hardware, so we try and find you the best prices for your customers. And yeah, it's purely, that's purely what we do. So we're not trying to make money out of the hardware. That's all the questions. Okay, all right.
All right, thank you so much. And I don't know if there are any other questions, but this was very insightful from my side. Obviously, I'm sure other people got value from it. And we will share, like I said, we will share this video with everyone. We are, if you guys do want to get in touch with Anna, you can email us or contact us. We will get you in touch with Anna, and she will most likely get in touch with you before that. And thank you very much, Anna, for your time. And we will be in touch a lot more, and we will showcase more of your solution going forward. This solution will be made available on our Accountants Hub in the future once it's finalized, and you will always have access to the video. Yeah, so thank you very much, Anna, for your time, and thank you very much for everyone else for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day. Cheers, eh?
Bye.